I love every piece of this house. Every once in a while I'll say to Sarah, you know, I am still struck. I'll be standing in a doorway and say, isn't it wonderful the way the light works there and the way this lines up? Or I'll stand in the kitchen and just stare out at the woods and think, what a wonderful space this is. So I don't really have a favorite room. It's just the whole house. This is the kitchen. As you can see, it's part of the larger room, and at the same time, it's screened from the larger room. We were very careful to make sure that the counter height would do that. I have open shelves, which I've had for the last 3 kitchens, and I love the shadow box effect, which makes the everyday dishes look like artwork. It's not a very big kitchen, but it's not a very small kitchen either. It's absolutely perfect for my uses, and there's no wasted space. This is the dining area, and one of the things that makes this house so spacious is that it's all one big room, and yet we have divided it into several rooms using furniture and rugs and so on. So as a result, it feels like a lot of rooms and a lot of space. This also doubles as the grandchild play area. There's plenty of room for trucks on the floor and games on the table. And when they're done with their toys, they put them away in this cupboard underneath the counter. And this is one of the many windows where I get a great view of the woods in my neighbor's garden and the wildlife that are a part of my pleasure in living in this house. This is the living area. The floor in this and the entire room is black ash from a sustainably managed forest in northern Minnesota. The window seats that you see there are deliberately designed to enhance the feeling of coziness. One of our early conversations was about how I wanted a balance between coziness and views. I love the look of floor-to-ceiling windows, but when I try to imagine living in a house with them, I keep thinking I'll feel like I'm going to fall down the hill. So one of the things that I asked Sarah to do was to make the living room feel like it's spacious and has a wonderful view, but still holds me. The porch is situated so that it becomes another room in the summer and yet never interferes with the light or the view in the living room. This is the stairs to the downstairs. This is where the bedrooms and the mechanical room and the laundry room are. And the stairwell itself actually performs a very important function for the house. Sarah likes to say that it knits the 2 floors together so that you have a sense of a seamless whole building, not 2 different levels. And also the stairwell allows light from the skylights to wash down into the lower story, so that you don't get the feeling that you're in a walkout basement, even though in fact that's what you're in. This is the mechanical room. This is where all of the brains of the house are. This is actually the furnace. It's called a munchkin because it's especially small. And in a house where the envelope is as effective as this one is, you don't need a very big furnace. So this actually does the work of heating the whole house. This is a super efficient energy efficient water heater, hot water heater. It's glass lined, so it'll last forever, and or maybe 25 years. And as you can see, it's super insulated. This is the air-to-air exchanger, and it's actually something that's almost required in a house that's this tight, is to have the air moving. But a secondary benefit of it is that you heat the incoming air with the heat of the outgoing air. And that this white PVC pipe here actually runs out the house underneath the driveway and up into the lawn between me and my neighbors. And this is the air intake, which makes a 10-degree difference in summer and winter in terms of pulling in air and either heating it or warming it, because the ground temperature is always 40 degrees. The house has changed me. I've come to sort of think about, first I transform the space, and then the space transforms me. And I am still in that process, but Again, I tell Sarah over and over again how amazing it is to me how much simpler my life is and how I feel that the house encourages me to keep simplifying my life. So it has had an enormous influence on me.